Good morning. I've been trying to get on here now for about 5 minutes, and my internet kept going on and off and on and off. It was like a flashing neon sign, but I think maybe we're good. Okay, so I want to start off real quick. I had some questions about my artwork and did I do anything with it? Well, this is an example of what I do with it. And also I had questions about what size is it? So I'll show you this, okay? So this is an 8.5 by 11 sketch pad. So that's what size. I make just about everything. But as you can see, it can be changed up to any kind of size. Okay, so I just wanted to get that settled, so I won't get any more questions about that. Oh, Benjamin, good morning. So, by the way, it's 8:36 a.m. on Wednesday, September 24th, and no, I'm still not feeling great, but I thought, let me get on here anyway, because I do want some coffee. So I want to tell you what I'm going to do this morning. You know, you don't have to have some kind of fancy coffee. Like, let's say you've got whatever kind, let's say Nespresso, because that's what I use. Nespresso, originally known just for espressos in capsules, okay, in little capsules. This was the original Nespresso. And it is made by the Nestle company, based in Switzerland originally. I mean, it still is, but, you know, they've got places all around the world that make their coffee capsules. So espresso plus Nestle gives you Nespresso. Okay, so I have got my Stockholm Lungo, which I like a whole bunch. And I thought I would make this morning, but I want to show you how you can make something interesting in a very simple way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run this as a lungo, all right, which is 3.7 ounces, and the machine is set up to make espressos at 1.35 ounces and lungos at 3.7 ounces. You can reset it to make other amounts, but I just feel like it's simpler to leave it the way it is. If I want a double espresso, you know what I do? I push the espresso button once, let it run, and then another time. Now, there's a choice. You know, you could put in a new capsule. You could run water twice through the original capsule, but it won't be as strong, and it's just not as good. Or you can make an espresso and then let plain hot water go into it. That's a nice thing that I like about this original line Pixie machine. Oh, Patty, good morning. So here I have got my, what do I have? Let me get a spoon. My Stockholm Lungo. I'm not quite with it this morning, sorry. So I've got 2 heel spurs on one foot, and I'm on medication for it, and one of the side effects is I'm a little bit dizzy. So yeah, sometimes it's distracting if I look around. But here we go. Okay. Such a lovely crema on this, huh? First, I'm going to give it a taste. You got to sort of suck it a little bit, because if you just tip it, you're going to get a mouthful of crema. So you suck it a little bit and it sucks the liquid up under that crema. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add some Coffee Mate, because I like, you know, right at this point, I like Coffee Mate in my coffee. I kind of go through stages of different things that I like. So there's the Coffee Mate. I'm going to taste it again. Oh, that's lovely. But here's what I'm going to do this morning. It's fall. We got all these fall spices. We got cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves. What am I leaving out? Allspice. Am I forgetting anything? Those are your typical, and I might say also pumpkin spice or pumpkin pie spice, which is a combination of sometimes all or several of those spices, okay? So I've got nutmeg here. And let me just mention, by the way, all those spices that I mentioned do not dissolve in water. And of course, coffee is water, okay? Rather than oil, okay? Water versus oil. And they don't dissolve. They will disperse throughout the liquid, okay? But they're not like sugar that they actually dissolve into the liquid. Chemically, that's part of their structure. Also, for example, cinnamon is made out of bark, ground up bark. And those little pieces of bark are not going to dissolve. Think of it this way. If you poured a little bit of sand into your water and stirred it, no matter how much you stirred it, it's not going to dissolve. Now, there may be a little bit of stuff that's, chemically can dissolve in water, but for the most part, eventually it's going to sink down to the bottom. In the case of cinnamon, be careful. If you, I've told you this before, but it bears repeating, especially in this season of pumpkin everything. If you put a lot on the top and you lift up your cup and you go, that cinnamon is going to take flight right down your throat, and not the part of the throat where you swallow, the part of the throat where you breathe, and you will have a coughing fit that is just awful. So, yeah, you can sniff a little bit with your nose, but don't go. Okay, so here's the nutmeg. It has a kind of a, oh dear, more went in than I was planning. It has a kind of a nutty, spicy sort of a flavor. And it will not dissolve, but it will disperse. So, as I'm drinking the coffee, I'll get little bits of it in my mouth and my taste buds will detect it. Let's see. And that's kind of nice. You know what? I wonder how it would be with sweetener. It's really good now. I keep doing this, don't I? I'm going to put a little bit of Splenda in it. So, nutmeg is the spice that very often is sprinkled on eggnog, and it gives the eggnog, which has, an eggy, milky, a little bit bland flavor, a little bit of a zing. And also it's put on, I think, like Brandy Alexander's and stuff that has cream in it, cocktail type drinks. Okay, we'll see how this is. How much was that? Maybe a half a packet of Splenda. Oh, this is very yummy. It's very good. I wonder, no, I'm not going to put the rest of the packet in. Don't fix it if it's not broken, and this is not broken. So if you, whatever kind of coffee you have at home, if you want a little bit of something different, there are lots of spices that you can add. And to name a few, okay, we've got cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, allspice, nutmeg. And you know what? You can even add chili powder into coffee, just a little bit, and it gives it a zing. Trying to think, are there any others? Well, I can't think right now offhand. I feel as though I've left something out of your typical fall type flavors, and you can tell me in the comments if I did. But anyway, I hope you have a really good day. And this is my morning burst of energy. And now I'm going to sit down and drink my coffee and relax. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.